Okay.
Okay.
Say your name.
I'm Marian Moss.
And where are we going today?
We're going to West Virginia!
I grew up next to a magical forest. It was full of monsters that you couldn't see unless you squinted, and they all wanted one luxurious prize, the throne of Princess Georgina. Every Sunday, I would answer the phone, and she would give me new instructions to save her kingdom. After half an hour of fighting off monsters and finding the secret key to ward off the evil, I would make my great escape to the only safe place in the forest, Liberty Street Cafe. And at the end of each adventure, me and my dad would run back home. But for me, home wasn't a place, it was a person. And that person was my dad. So Wayne Moss was my dad. About 35 years ago, he founded Liberty Street Cafe in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. It's about 20 minutes out of Wheeling and about 5 minutes away from the border of West Virginia.
He opened up Liberty Street Restaurant Cafe. Before that, there were quite a few little restaurants that went in that never made it. And when Wayne came to town, everybody was like, that'll never make it. And 30 years later, he was still there.
My name is JoAnn Davis Vandergrift. Marian Moss happens to be my wonderful granddaughter. And yes, I'm a little bit partial. You'll see the twinkle in my eye when I start talking about her. And Wayne was her dad, which was my son-in-law at the time. I don't believe anybody walked into his business that went away hungry, and that was whether they could pay for the meal or they couldn't. He was helpful to the community in so many ways. So yes, he was a good soul.
My dad, he was an incredibly prolific man. He filled up boxes and boxes and boxes of notebooks. I'm trying to think of the right way to start. I've only been back here 2 times since the funeral, which was in the parking lot. You know, I'm sitting here in his chair, wearing his jacket, with his like tomes, just like a very small example of like his tomes on my knees. I don't really feel like he's gone. Like, there's that great Federico Garcia Lorca quote, "Nothing is more alive than a memory," and that is genuinely really true. Like, not only do I not feel like he's gone, but I feel like he's never been more real. So I was kind of just thinking about it, like literally right now. And I was thinking about how everywhere I go, I see bits and pieces of the magical forest just everywhere. How much magic there is just sprinkled throughout the world. It's not a clear-cut Princess Georgina save the kingdom story, but there are bits and pieces of magic everywhere. And in that way, traveling to Georgia, traveling 12 hours away from my home, was in its own right kind of an adventure.